Hello everyone, welcome once again. So today we are going to talk about how to perform API automation with the help of Playwright. Most of the people are under the impression that Playwright is a UI automation tool, but that statement is not true. Playwright also supports API automation, and this is industry expectation as well. If one team is using Playwright for UI automation, they would prefer Playwright to use for API automation as well. And to fulfill this particular requirement, Playwright support API automation. So let us get started and understand what is API testing. Whenever we talk about any web application, in the background of that web application, there would be REST APIs. And generally, during the development, REST APIs are developed before the front end. So we perform testing on APIs even before UI. And this aligns with one testing principle, which says early testing. If we will perform early testing early in the life cycle, then we'll be able to find the bug early in the life cycle. And as a result, cost of fixing that bug would be cheaper. So API testing help in early detection, and as a result, we'll be able to provide early feedback and we'll be able to get the bug fixed early in the life cycle. Also, API test cases are quick in writing and their execution is fast as compared to UI automation. And API test cases best fit into test pyramid. Test pyramid is one of the widely adopted approach which says that there should be more number of unit test cases that should be automated than API test cases, and there should be minimal number of UI test cases, meaning the focus is shifting towards API test cases. So it become important that we should understand how to perform API testing. So now let us understand how to perform API testing with the help of Playwright. So Playwright provide a request fixture that we can inject into any test case, and with the help of this request fixture, we can hit different APIs and we can perform CRUD operation. C stand for create, that is post operation, R for retrieve, that is get operation, U for update, that is put or patch operation, D for delete, to delete the resource. So this is what we are going to talk about as part of the discussion today. Before jumping onto the practical demonstration, let us talk about the sample endpoints. So this is a sample website which provide some sample URLs or sample endpoints. This is create token to create the authorization token. So when we'll hit this particular endpoint with this particular set of data, we will get this particular JSON response. Then there is a create booking to create new booking. So this is how we can create, and this is to get the booking, whatever we have created. We can update this particular booking and then we can delete this particular booking, right? So this is what we are going to perform with the help of Playwright. So now let us jump on to practical demonstration. This is a new project that I have created, Playwright API automation, and it has Playwright already installed now. If I go to the core of this particular framework, which is configuration file, playwright.config.ts, here we have some sample configuration test directory where we are saying that the test cases would be available under this particular test directory, meaning the Playwright will look for test cases under this particular directory. Rest of the configuration, let us not talk about, right? Project, I'm keeping just the name. I'm not providing browser configuration because this is plain API testing, right? So now let us create our first test case. For that purpose, I'm going to create a file api.spec.ts. This is how we create a test file in Playwright. Now to create our first test case, let us import test from Playwright. So this is how we import test from Playwright. Using test, we can write the test case, right? So this particular test method accept two arguments. So the first argument is going to be the item, which is create token in the current case. And second argument is going to be of type function, which is of type async, right? So this is how we create function in TypeScript, JavaScript. And as we just discussed that in Playwright, to interact with REST APIs, we need request fixture. So we need to inject that request fixture in the test case. This is how we inject. Now using this particular request, we can perform different CRUD operations, right? So if I go to this particular create token, right? So this is of type post, right? So we need to perform a post operation. So make sure that you're using await in order to perform these operations. So request dot post, right? So these operations, if I show you here, and if I hover my mouse here, they expect either one argument or two argument, because when we interact with REST APIs, sometimes they accept only an endpoint and sometimes they accept headers as well as body. If they accept headers as well as body, then we are going to use method with two arguments. If they accept only endpoint, then we are going to use method with single argument, right? So if I show you this particular endpoint, it accept header as well as body. It means we need to use post with two argument. The first argument is going to be the endpoint. So let us copy this particular endpoint here. And in the second argument, simply let us open and close the curly braces, right? And what are the different options now we need to pass? We need to first of all pass headers. So this is how we pass headers in Playwright, right? So what is the header type? That is of type content type application JSON. I'm getting these suggestions because I'm using GitHub Copilot. You can also configure it or you can use manually, right? Next thing is we need body. So in order to pass body, we need to provide data, and we can simply copy this particular data here, right? After hitting any endpoint, we get the response. So let us store that response into a variable, right? Const response. And if I show you that after hitting this particular endpoint, we will get this particular JSON. So to convert this response into JSON, what we can do is we can write like this. So using response.json, we are going to get the body, right? Now we got the body. So using this particular response body.token, we can get the token as well, right? So to print response body.token, right? So now we can try to execute this particular test case, right? So for that purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the project, open in integrated terminal, and let me copy this particular create token, right? And use the command npx playwright test -g, and this is how we can execute our test case and see whether the token is getting generated or not. So the token is generated. Okay. Now let us talk about another endpoint. So first of all, we will create a booking, then we will try to get the same booking, we will update the booking, and then we will perform the delete booking, right? So to create booking, this is again going to be the post operation. So what we can do is we can copy this particular test case, right? And put it here, and let us modify it. So the title is going to be create booking, and endpoint is going to differ here. We can copy the entire endpoint and put it here. Okay. And what does it accept? It accepts header as content type application JSON. So let us not modify that. After that, it accepts this particular body. So let me copy this particular body and let us replace it here, right? And let us make modification in first name and last name. So I'm providing first name as Prince and last name as automation, right? Now, after hitting this particular endpoint, we will get this particular response. So we can go to individual fields like booking ID, booking.first name, right? If we want to get the individual fields. Instead, what we can do is we can try to print the entire body as well. So what we can do is we can print this particular entire body, right? So I'm simply going to remove this particular section, right? So far we have executed the test cases using the terminal. We can execute test case from here as well in case you have VS Code extension installed for Playwright, right? So let us try to execute this particular test case and see whether we are able to create the booking or not, right? So we are able to create the booking and the booking ID is going to be 620, right? Now let us talk about the get booking, right? So this get booking does not accept any argument. It doesn't accept any body, right? This header is optional, right? Because this is default value. Even if you don't provide it, it will work, right? Meaning what I want to say is this particular get method does not accept any argument, right? So let us create a method test get booking. And provide async and provide this particular request here and let us close this particular curly brace, right? Now using await request dot get, we are going to simply provide this particular URL, but at last we need to provide the booking ID. What was the booking ID? That was 620, right? And let us again store this into response. So const response, and to convert this into JSON, let us use this particular line response.json and store this into response body, and let us try to print it, right? And let us try to get this particular booking and see whether this particular test case works fine or not. So this test case also works fine, right? Now talking about update booking. If you notice in the update booking, this particular endpoint accept the cookie as well, that is authentication, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to copy this particular test case this time, right? And going to put it here, and let us make modification. So the first modification is the title, then the method which is going to be put. So if I show you, the method is put. If you want to do partial update, then you can use patch, right? But let us focus on put for now. And the booking ID is going to be 620, and content type is application JSON, and it accept cookie as well, right? So we are going to provide cookie this time, right? And this token value is going to be the token that we generated from the first request. So we will again run that particular test case to generate the token, and we are going to fill it here, right? But let us make modification in body. So instead of providing first name as Prince, now I'm going to provide Prince1 automation fun, right? And same is the body expected for this particular put endpoint, right? So now what we will do, first of all, we will run this particular test case to generate the token. So token is generated. Let us now go to update booking, and here update this particular token value and see whether we are getting the response or not, meaning whether we are able to update this particular booking or not. So you see the update operation is successful, right? Likewise, we can perform delete operation. So for delete operation, we only need headers, we don't need body. So I'm simply going to copy this particular test case once again and make modification in the title and make it as delete booking. The method is going to be delete, and we just need headers. So let me remove data section. So let us remove data section, right? And after hitting this particular delete endpoint, we won't get any JSON response. We will simply get the status, right? So what we can do is using response.status, we can try to print the status this time, right? And we call it as response status. Okay. And let us use the same token and see whether this works fine or not, right? It should work. In case it won't work, we will modify it. So you see the test case or this particular booking is deleted, right? And for this, it is returning 201 created, right? So this is how we can perform CRUD operations, right? With the help of Playwright. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about is in individual test cases, we are repeating this particular base URL, right? But Playwright provide one feature by which we can configure this particular base URL. We can configure it either at the global level under this particular use configuration, or we can use it under the specific project. So for API, as we have a specific project, so let us use it here. And we can provide base URL like this. And now how we can modify the test cases, we can remove this particular section from the individual test cases and it will still work, right? So for now, I'm just modifying this particular case. So you see, it works fine, right? Likewise, we can remove for this as well, right? and we can remove for this as well and for this as well, right? And one more thing that I want to talk about now is that so far, in order to perform update and delete operation which accept authentication, what we are doing is we are explicitly calling this create token first, and then after we are calling the update and delete. But in real time, we follow the different approach. We configure create token part or authorization part in the before condition. So we can either use before all before condition that will execute before all the test cases per worker, or we can use global setup, right? So for now, let us configure this into before all, and let us create a variable let token of type string, right? And let us store it here. Okay, so what we are doing is we have defined a global variable here for this particular test file, and whatever the token that we are getting, we have stored it here. So now this before all will execute before execution of all the test cases per worker, right? Now let us talk about update booking, right? So in update booking, what we are going to do is instead of using token like this, we'll be using token like this, right? Okay, but we have deleted the booking. Okay, so what we will do is first of all we will create a booking. Okay, so let us create a new booking. So the booking is created and the ID is 5061, right? And now let me go to this particular case, right? And this time, if you notice, I haven't hard coded the token. So when I execute this particular test case, so first of all, before all will be executed, and as a result, token would be generated, which would be stored into this particular global variable. And in this particular update operation, we can use the same token. So let us verify the same and see whether it works fine or not, right? So you see the test case got updated for the booking ID 5061, right? Meaning we are able to store the token globally and we are able to use it across different test files or different test cases. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys, as part of the current discussion. In the upcoming videos, we are going to cover how to validate the JSON response and what are the different ways and what to validate. Also, we are going to talk about different ways of passing the payload, right? So for now, we are passing it inside the test case itself. But in the upcoming video, we are going to talk about how we can pass it in the different ways. So thank you once again, guys.